Morning, guys. So I just got out here to the barn. Gonna start milking. First thing I do though is head back and check the pre-fresh pen. See if we have any new calves on the ground this morning. Looks like everybody's pretty relaxed. I know we have a couple cows due any day here. Got the holding area open. Today is Thursday morning. We bed the stalls Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so it's a little bit of an easier milking. I don't have to worry about bedding. We get group 1 over. This is our first calf heifer group. We milk 3 times a day. Every milking we're going through as we get the cows over, cleaning the stalls off. Kind of works out well, so you're not in as much of a rush to get the cows moving. You have to take a little time to clean the stalls. It gives the cows a minute to get up and out of the way, move over towards the parlor. I'm always checking the water troughs as I come around the end. Once we got around cleaning the stalls, let me take the shovel just right around the back edge. One pass seems to help keep this area cleaner. That crack right there at the back of the stall keeps that open so it doesn't pile up there too much with manure. Got another warm, muggy week. Kind of getting used to it, I guess. The cows seem to be getting used to it a little bit too, I think. Running the soakers this morning. It's about 70 degrees right now, but still like to run them because it's warm enough and it's going to get very warm during the day. So we'll try to get them cooled down in the morning. Chasing the last of pen 1 back to their group. For some reason, pen 1, there's always a few cows that like to stand this back lane. It's a lot of switching gates because we have smaller groups. That's a whole group in there right now. 2 sides of the parlor filled and then 1 waiting. The nice thing about that is the cows are never out of their pen for very long. It's especially a concern with milking 3 times a day. You want the cows to have enough time to eat and then to rest. Just got group 4 out of their pen. Now I'm gonna tie in all the headlocks. Since it's Thursday morning, we're gonna breed a couple cows and grab some blood samples. As soon as the milking's done, we'll be working on that, so we'll see if we can catch some cows. Gonna grab some blood samples for pregnancy testing. We breed our cows all with artificial insemination, and we use timed AI, a pre-sync off-sync program. So that means every Thursday morning we have some to breed. It's usually around 8. Today it's only 2 cows. Some days it's over 10, it just depends. And then we have a couple heifers as well to breed. But yeah, we're gonna preg test the ones we bred 4 weeks ago today, the blood sample. First we're gonna mark the 2 to breed. We hire someone to breed our cows for us. Breeds a lot of animals at local dairies, and it's actually very affordable to get somebody else in to do it. So that's what we've done for years. Maybe at some point I'll do my own breeding, but it's kind of nice to have someone helping. If I'm getting blood samples, I can just mark the cows to breed, and then he can take care of actually breeding them, especially if we have over 10 of them to do. Write the number on the tube, and I have a 2-sided needle. We just catch the blood vessel in the tail. It's really handy for us to do these blood samples. They're gonna check for a certain protein in the blood. They can tell if they're pregnant. He's here now breeding these cows. Already got that 187 bred. We don't use any conventional Holstein semen anymore. We use either Angus or Holstein heifer sorted semen, so we get a heifer calf for sure out of an animal that we want. The milking cows, it ends up being about 3/4 or 80% or so that get bred to Angus in this barn. Most of the first calf heifers are having the Holstein heifer calves, and then we get a few out of the milking cows. So we're done here in pen 2. Let them loose. Need 4 blood samples from heifers. Trying to do this every Thursday as well, just to keep after the heifers. We just breed these off of activity. We have the activity monitoring Smax Tech. This one heifer here has something interesting. Some sort of birth defect. It's an extra teat. Actually looks like a teat on her nose. I've never seen that before. Kind of funny. 259, so well, I just took a blood sample, see if she's pregnant, but I don't know if she'll produce milk out of that one or not. Should be a high producer, if so. We got a little bit of rain yesterday, so we had them closed out of the pasture, but it's not too bad. We need to put a spouting on the back of this barn because just too much water falls here and then it washes this out. Can't get grass established. It's more of just an exercise lot anyway. Doesn't really matter. They like to get outside, get some exercise. We wrapped up the morning chores there. Had some breakfast. Now I'm back out here. Yesterday my dad picked up this barrel of formaldehyde that we use for the cow foot bath, so I'm gonna get this put in place. I'll use the skid loader here in the video because I don't want to show off, but I could just throw that 55-gallon drum over my shoulder. I'm here in the area between the freestall barn and the special needs pen. The milking parlor's right over there. Cows file through a single file down this lane. It's where we have our foot bath, just inside this wall. Got this set up recently to mix formaldehyde. It's been working out well. I got this panel here just to keep the sun off the barrel, keep it a little cooler. For years we've kind of tried to avoid using formaldehyde for foot baths just because It's a bit of a safety concern, especially with mixing the concentrate. We just don't like messing with the stuff. It's very effective against digital dermatitis, which is a bacterial infection cows can get on their feet. And we decided this year we wanted to try and use some of it because it was just getting a little worse than we like to see. I don't know if it was because of the heat stress. All the heat and humidity we had this summer seemed like it was a little worse than normal. It's been helping a lot. The cows have been doing a lot better lately. So we run a 4 or 5% mix. Basically 9 pumps of this is 1 gallon. So we can mix it from outside here and it just shoots it straight into the bath. You don't have to handle the concentrate. Formaldehyde is used for embalming and it's used for a lot of different things. It's a strong disinfectant. From what I've heard, they found if you're in a well-ventilated area, it's safe to use for farms. It's safe for cattle. We're set up. That'll last us a couple months. Something I've been needing to get done lately is changing all these milk hoses and the pulsating hoses that go down to the milkers. A week or two ago, we just replaced 2 of them. Made them a little bit longer than they were before. Just trying to see if we'd like having a little bit more reach. It's fine if the cow's at the perfect spot, but if sometimes things don't quite line up or the cow's standing a little bit too far front, it can be hard to reach them. Seems to be working out better with a little more length like that. We can always shorten them if for some reason we want to change it. I'd rather make them a little too long than too short. These are silicone, holds up really well. We don't change them that often. It's very simple. I just want to make sure I get the hoses to lay properly so they're not twisted up funny, because that can happen. I actually only got half done. They're gonna milk soon, so I need to get out of here. I just tied in our breeding age heifer group. I need to put some more of our monitoring pills in these heifers that are getting close to breeding age. So we use the Smax Tech system. This pill will sit in their stomach, one part of their stomach, and stay in there. Sense activity so we can breed them off of it, and then as well as health monitoring, body temperature monitoring, and rumination and everything. So at first I wasn't sure about putting these in the heifers because once you get them pregnant, we don't really need the monitoring until they come in the barn and start milking. But they actually give you these boluses. If you're gonna put them in heifers, you get a lower price. So those months of monitoring that you're not really needing the pill very much, it's kind of offset by that lower upfront cost. There's a couple here that are getting close to 13 months. We usually try to put the pill in them around 12 months old. It's usually a range of 11.5 through 12.5 or something is when I'll get them. The pills are really easy to activate. You just have this magnet. You stick on the side of the bolus there, and that will turn it on. Lights up a little bit. So I just go on my phone here to add bolus. So yeah, I just assign it to 271. We've had the Smacks Tech in now for over 2 years. It's one of those things that there's different times where we struggled to know if we were getting our value out of it. Trying to figure out the best way to use the system. We've gotten to the point now where we wouldn't really want to do without it. Gonna open up a new case. They come in cases of 20, they mail them out. I went up through number 275. She's not quite 12 months old. That's good enough for now. When I'm giving them pills, I like to mark their head with a crayon just to make sure I don't redo one of them. Some of those younger heifers need vaccinated. I might get to that later today. I wanted to fill the hay box here and check the silos. I think I need to change the door in the new triticale silo. Looks like it. We're actually still feeding out of the third triticale silo, the one that's almost empty. I need to check that again because we're probably about to hit the bottom of that thing. I'm gonna unplug this hay box a while. Almost empty. You can see the project I was working at last week for a while and earlier this week. We get some water that flows down through there, not a ton. And we were driving all those tractors across when we fill the silos. Works okay if it's dry, but it's not always going to be perfectly fit for that. We got that big pile of fill over there from digging the silo footers out. Used up over half of that. There's a lot of driving back and forth with the skid loader. So I got this up, buried a pipe in the middle there. I think I'm going to add a little bit more dirt to it yet, but we're getting close. It'll be a nice solid lane for carts, no matter what the weather is. And then also we haul manure out of this small stacking area over to the old bunker silos, especially in the winter time quite a bit, so this way we can drive across. It's not always fit back there to take the spreader. Whoa, I think we might need to shut this thing off. We do. Whoops. That thing actually caught that concrete. Okay. Well, my bad. Could have possibly damaged a knife right there. So here's our milk cow ration. So I'm gonna get rid of silo number 3. I'm gonna go 9.5 from silo number 2. Okay, that was a dumb mistake. I've been checking that silo every day, and we were inching down close to the bottom. I thought we had a little bit more time than this. I think it'll be okay. Hopefully the auger didn't get damaged. So now I'm gonna raise this unloader up a little bit, get it up off the feed. I should have checked it yesterday. I don't know. It was still hitting feed, you know, most of the way around here, but just this morning. Clipped that concrete a little bit. See if we chewed up these knives at all. So it has these replaceable knives on here. I think we are okay. Nothing looks too beat up. Might want to replace these knives fairly soon. They just help protect the auger. The knives do the work instead of the actual auger itself, is the idea. I think we're okay. I think it just skipped over that concrete a little bit. I'm gonna climb up this silo now and drop the door. This is where the triticale is all coming out of now. This is what we're looking at in the silo that we were cleaning out, forking out a little bit of junk the other week. We're getting down into some good feed. stuff tested a little bit better on digestibility when we sampled it this week. Unloader's throwing it out really well. Not giving any issues with that. Now that we're not feeding out of that last silo, we're going to be feeding through this a little bit quicker, which I like. I think it's going to help the feed freshness. The more you can feed every day, the better. Just doesn't get a chance to get exposed to oxygen very long before you're feeding it. It's still not packed crazy hard. As we're feeding down through, it gets packed harder, and then you have to change the door less often. You got more feed per ring. I'm back at the heifer barn. I'm gonna tie in these headlocks for these younger animals, start getting them caught, and pen them front, bed the back up. I've got some vaccinating to do. We don't need any of the older ones in the bigger pen that we had tied in earlier. All these three are fed one ration. Just depending on how much they're eating, usually I end up having to sweep it around a little bit to even it out. I can go on the computer and adjust how much feed goes to each of these groups. Sometimes it's just easier to sweep it around because it's kind of always changing. So we give this vaccine, it's called Express 10. It's for BVD, some other things. We actually give it to them 3 times before they get to breeding age. This is a live vaccine. You gotta mix the liquid with the dry to activate it. We also give the same shot to every cow between 30 and 50 days of milk, every lactation. A bunch of them are 9 or 10 months to get their 3rd shot. So that's well before the breeding. You don't want to give this after you breed them. Could potentially hurt the calf in the womb. Don't want to risk that. Worked out really well. None of the ones in the back were ones I needed. Nobody in that group. We got the vaccines done. Hooked the trailer up. There's just 2 heifers in the dry cow barn that are due to calve in 2 weeks. Earlier this week we were moving up some cows. We didn't have room for all of the ones that are due within the next 3 weeks. But I want to get these heifers up there now. We got enough space for them. Just need 201 and 205. See if I can sneak them out myself. We give a vaccine called JVac for coliform mastitis. We give it at dry off, and then again when we bring them into the pre-fresh about 2 to 3 weeks before they calve. And then the heifers, this will be the first shot this one gets because she's a first calf heifer. Been doing this for probably 6-8 months. Alright guys, that's about it for today. Just a bunch of random stuff. It's kind of how my job looks a lot of days, it seems like. Appreciate you watching. See you guys in the next one.